Hey everybody, how you doing today? It's been about a week since the last video, right? So I figured it was about time to post something up. Today we're going to be making a roasted vegetable salsa verde that I'm going to be using later in like a chili verde with shredded pork, sort of a carnitas, shredded pork shoulder. Um, As you all know, I love pork and I love pork fat and everything to do with pork. Um, Also, I am going to make a air fried chickpeas as a high protein snack. We're also going to talk about a little bit about transfer addictions. That's going to be the next blog post. And sorry about all the ums. It's a snow day here today and it probably shouldn't be, and I'm a little angry about it. But I guess we got to keep the children safe, right? I got an 11-year-old. She's in 5th grade, and she's having fun in the snow right now. She'll probably come in and bust in and start talking through my video. So I hope you don't mind a little distraction. I promise she's adorable when she wants to be. So let's start off by making the roast vegetable salsa verde. So salsa verde is a simple salsa. The normal salsas are what? Red, right? And that's because they're tomato based. There's two different basic types. There's a pico de gallo type, which stands for the beak of the rooster. I don't know why. But that is basically just like a chopped vegetable. And then there's the processed type, which is more of the smooth, runny, saucy type. I prefer the chunky type, but a salsa verde, which uses tomatillos, which are a tomato-esque vegetable, slightly more tart, has a little bit of a citrusy tang to it. They're good, and I like salsa verde a lot because I like spice. It's all green shit, and it's awesome, green and white. So the basic ingredients for my salsa verde is 7 to 8 tomatillos. Now tomatillos, when you get them, they come covered in this husk, and you got to peel this husk off. And sometimes this can be a pain in the balls, mainly because the tomatillo underneath the husk is a little sticky. And if it's not 100% ready to go, it'll hold on to the husk. I tried to pick one that would come off easily so I wouldn't bore the hell out of you. But you just take the husk off and you go from there. You can see that some of them were not. So some of them still actually have the husk on them a little bit. So I'm roasting them, so I don't really care if it has all of the husk off, because eventually they'll just burn off in the oven. They taste amazing, especially roasted. When you roast anything, it brings out the flavors, it intensifies the flavors, it condenses all of the liquid out, which brings the flavor of the actual fruit, vegetable, meat, whatever you're roasting, more intense and more for your palate, because it's not being watered down by all the natural liquids that's inside there. So what we do is, first thing we do is we preheat our oven to 450, which I've already been doing. Then I am going to take a piece of parchment, because of all the natural sugars in fruits and vegetables. If you didn't either oil your pan or parchment your pan, it'll stick, and we don't want that. That's not good. But what we will do is, here's a little trick for you. We're going to take about a handful of water and just spread it on the baking sheet. Water is nature's glue. When you're making dumplings, when you're making anything that has type of skin on it, like a wonton wrapper or a wonton skin or any type of thing, you always use water to help seal it, because it will seal, it will make the doughs more glutinous and it will seal. The same goes for when you're putting something on your pan. You want something on your pan? If I didn't put the water on, it wouldn't be sitting like that. It would be rolling up because it's a natural roll, right? Pain in the ass. So the first thing we do, oh, and by the way, I got a new knife. It's actually sharp, it actually cuts, it's actually awesome. So we're going to take our tomatillos and we're going to slice them in half. And we're just going to place them on the parchment here. So while I'm doing that, let's talk about our favorite cuisines. I'm interested in knowing what your favorite cuisine is. I don't even know. I'm going to do half of them skin side up and half of them... maybe I'll do all of them skin side up. I don't know which would be roasted better. Because I'm not going to toss them because that would be more work than it's worth. I'm going to drizzle them with a little bit of oil, I think, just to enhance the roasting process, because that will help caramelize anything in there. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil, or as the most annoying person in the cooking world, Rachel Ray, says, EVOO. So we got one more to go here. I had 8, but another issue with tomatillos is that until you peel the husk off, sometimes you don't know what's underneath. And one was completely moldy, and it wasn't even salvageable. Sometimes with moldy fruits, moldy vegetables, it's just one little part and you can cut that part off and your rest is still good. This was, gross as fuck. So we're not going to do that. This also calls for 2 jalapenos. I like heat, but not everybody does, so I'm actually going to seed my jalapenos. For those that don't know, that is where the heat is. There's a little bit of heat in the green membrane, but it's mostly flavor in the green membrane. The seeds and the white part here, the rib of the jalapeno, is what holds most of the capsaicin, which brings in the heat. Now, jalapeno isn't, to a chili junkie, to a chili head, a jalapeno is mild. To a non-chili head, a jalapeno is not. It's probably a medium to high heat to those who aren't the initiated into chilies. Like, I love like ghost peppers and Carolina Reapers and stuff like that. But I wouldn't dare put that on a table with somebody who I don't know personally, because it would hurt them. Capsaicin can actually burn you. It's a chemical process. It'll burn your mouth. It'll hurt whoever's eating it. And it would not be a good thing. And they probably would no longer be your friend. Maybe that's what you want. If you're having a frenemy over and you're really pissed at them, serve them a ghost pepper. Serve them a Scotch bonnet. The results would be hilarious. I feel out of it today. Like, I'm not on. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I think it's the whole snow day nonsense, and I have to go back to work tonight, so now that my daughter's home for the day, I'm not going to be able to get my normal afternoon rest, because as I told you many times, I work overnights. And I like to get at least a couple hours of sleep during the day, just to be prepared for my overnight. And that's probably not going to happen today. It may. We'll see. I hope it does. I hope she has her neighborhood friends playing in the snow that she's going to be able to play with. But if not, then it's daddy time. And while I love daddy time, I also love sleep. But that's what the coffee's for, right? Caffeine is our friend. Okay, so now I'm peeling 3 cloves of garlic. It calls for 2. These are kind of small cloves, and I love garlic. So I'm going to do 3. Again, easiest way to peel garlic. You take garlic, put it on your your cutting board. You take your knife, put your knife sideways, just slam down on it a little bit, and the peel should come right off. Of course, the one that I'm doing an example on. Oh, there it goes. See? Peel, garlic, off. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Who said that? Somebody said that. So, I have a couple favorite cuisines. I love Mexican food. Hispanic food. Honduran, Ecuadorian. I live in a community that is the main town is very Hispanic. So right on our main square, we have a Honduran restaurant, we have a Peruvian barbecue, we have a Brazilian barbecue, we have an Ecuadorian place, I believe. And then we also have a place that has like 4 different menus depending on the region you want to vote. You want to eat from. We have a Nicaraguan menu, a Honduran menu, and a traditional Mexican menu. So now again, the recipe calls for 1/4 of an onion. This is kind of a small guy, and I like the onion flavor, so I'm going to go with half. So basically, you're going to cut your onion in half. You're going to peel it. I moved my garbage over here to make it easier for me because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of peeling. So I'm still going over there constantly thinking, because I usually just toss my garbage in the garbage can that's over there. So if you see me go like that, that's what I'm doing. So we're going to cut this half in half. Now the key is, when you're roasting any vegetable, garlic has 2 sides. Garlic has a root side, and then it has the side that has the plant that actually grows out of the ground. Keep the root side intact, and your garlic will not fall apart when you cut it. It makes it easy to dice, slice, do whatever you need to do with. So we're going to throw this on here too. So we got the tomatillos, the jalapenos, the garlic, and the onion. We're going to take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to put my finger over the spout so it doesn't pour out all over. And I'm just going to drizzle that on top. I'm also going to take a little bit of salt. Unfortunately, I'm out of sea salt and kosher salt, so all I got is table salt, which kind of stinks because it's not as large granules. It's hard to say salt is good for you, but it is. But table salt really isn't. It removes a lot of the minerals that come in other types of salt that are better for you, that help your body actually absorb liquid. When I first had my surgery, I went on, not because they told me, but just because everything I was eating had very little salt in it. And I was just drinking water, and I was doing a lot of things like that. And I was constantly getting lightheaded, and I was constantly getting dehydrated. Even though I was doing 64 to 72 ounces of water a day, every time I'd get up, I feel like I was going to pass out, to the point where everything was going to black, coming back. And I figured it out. My body wasn't getting the salt or the electrolytes that it needed. Because your body needs salt. Salt helps absorb liquid, believe it or not. It doesn't dehydrate you all the time. Too much salt will. But not enough is also not good. So I had to start drinking all the Gatorade Zeros and the Powerade Zeros, and really chugging them as hard as chugging was because of my small, tiny little sleeve of a tummy. But we did it, and I'm not dead, and that's good. I didn't even have to go to the hospital. A lot of people who have my surgery don't realize this, and they actually end up in the hospital and have to get IV bags of fluids put in them. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this for 15 minutes. It's 10:44 now, so around 11 o'clock, we'll take this out. And we're just going to let that roast. We're going to check it. What we basically are looking for is we want the skins of the vegetables to be blistered. And slightly brownish, slightly blackish. And then we're going to process it. This video is going to be a little longer than our normal videos, mainly because I'm making 2 things, and I want to show you till completion. Because so often I show you half a recipe. I show you my prepping of a recipe, and then it's done. And then we don't show you anything else. I may just make this. So let me give this 15 minutes, and let's do a little talking here. I would love to hear from you. And I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. I would love if you'd read my blog, shoot me an email, do anything. Tell me about your own struggles with weight loss, your own questions about weight loss. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a medical degree. I've just been a fat guy my entire life who's not so fat now. And I've done it my own way, not saying that my way is the right way. Everybody's journey through weight loss is different. Some people are good with keto or all those low carb stuff, some aren't. It's just how it is. But I'd love to hear about what your favorite cuisine is. I'd love to hear any questions you have about weight loss. I'd love to hear any questions you have for me about my journey, or where I learned to cook, or maybe my past, or anything like that. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything, and I'd be fair game to answer it for you. So shoot a comment down on this video, or shoot me an email at tntfoodblog@gmail.com. Or head on over to my blog, check it out. The last article that came out was Monday, and I did a piece on eating out, what to order, how to order, and portion control. A lot of people that have my surgery rely on eating things off the kids menu because they don't understand portion control and they want people to control their portions for them. Unfortunately, the kids menu is full of sabotaging bad stuff. Processed food. The restaurant I went to on Sunday with my parents for my birthday was an amazing farm to table. It's called the Mohawk House. It's in Sparta, New Jersey. Amazing, amazing restaurant. Pricey as hell, but worth every penny. I had a 18-ounce ribeye steak that was topped with a chimichurri sauce, which is something that I'm going to learn how to make and make on one of these videos for you, because it's a Brazilian sauce that goes on top of beef usually, and I think chicken. I have to research it more. I have to look at the etymology of it, as you will. But it's just an amazing herbaceous sauce that's full of spice, garlic, herbs, freshness, and it just brings out the flavor. It doesn't mask a flavor of a steak, because I hate that. If I'm eating a good steak, I want to taste the steak, because steak is amazing, but it enhances it. And I'm going to make it, and I'll learn how to make it, because I want to keep a tub of it around at all times. And I don't need anyone to make things for me, right? Because we can just get into the kitchen and learn how to make things ourselves. That being said, they didn't have a kids menu. That was the whole point of this. But you go to other places and they have a kids menu where the regular menu is amazing. The kids menu is like mac and cheese, chicken fingers, and it's not even made by them. It's like Kraft mac and cheese. It's processed Purdue chicken fingers. It's full of breading. It's full of shit. It's full of preservatives. Yeah, stay away from that garbage. It's not worth it. Learn how to portion yourself. Now, I had an 18-ounce steak. I can eat 4 to 5 ounces at a time. So what did I do? I cut about a quarter of that steak off, because half would have been 6, a quarter would have been 3, and I had some sides with it. I had a Brussels sprouts and...
Brussels sprouts, yeah.
Katie, sorry about that. But yeah, stay away from the kids' menus. Order off the regular menus. Learn how to portion yourself. I had a shaved Brussels sprouts and I had a couple French fries. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to eat 5 ounces, 6 ounces of steak. So I had 3 ounces. And then I had 2 more meals of steak after the fact. I'm going to be writing a piece this week on transfer addictions. It's a big thing. It's a horrible thing. For a lot of people. We are addicts. We eat food to an unhealthy degree for a reason. It makes us feel good. Is it a physical addiction? No. It's not something where our body needs it, like an opioid or like a cocaine or any type of narcotic addiction. It's a mental addiction, but it's just as fucking hard. Yeah, I won't say it's just as hard, because that downplays like opioid addictions. Opioid addiction's fucking hell. But it's hard. And when we can no longer turn to food for our happy place, we turn to other things. We turn to sex. We turn to drugs. We turn to the idea of losing weight. And that's also a bad thing. I'm in a bunch of groups on Facebook, and I see a lot of people who are losing weight to a healthy degree, but who get incredibly obsessed with losing weight to an unhealthy degree. There was one woman who commented on one of my threads where I posted something that was pretty healthy. I mean, for me, it followed all of the keto steps and followed everything like that. But it for her, it was 300 and something calories, I think. And she went on to say that that was too much for her because she only eats 100 to 400 calories a day. Red flag. That's not enough. I mean, even right out of surgery, I was doing 700. Your body burns 100 calories just sleeping every hour. You won't be able to move. This is where anorexia kicks in. The thought process, the infatuation with the losing of the weight, and the feeling that food is bad for you, hurts you. Your body will start to shut down. And she started going into these things like that's a lie, but it's not. Just even without a medical degree, you can think about it. Your body is a living organism, right? It has organs that are moving. As your heart is pumping, it's burning calories because it's doing something. As your stomach is processing food, it's doing something. As your liver is processing toxins out of food, it's doing something. So, you need to be able to sustain your body moving. Otherwise, your body will begin to shut down. Your body will pick the organs it needs to live and start slowly feeding calories to those organs compared to some of the others that are just as important. I mean, maybe not just as important as like your heart or anything like that, but you see people all the time saying, I lost 30 pounds this month. I'm not losing enough. You lost 30 fucking pounds in a month. Come on. This is smelling amazing. So just as the addiction to food is a bad thing, the addiction to not eating food is also bad. A lot of people look at my recipes when I go into these groups. We call them food police in a lot of these groups because they like to police and they like to act like they know what the fuck they're talking about all the time. And they like to judge you that you're not following their specific diet. So a lot of these people will look at my recipes and be like, oh, I don't know what you're doing. I had this surgery to lose weight. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, so did I. I had my stomach violently ripped out of my belly button for a reason, to lose weight, but not to lose weight in an unhealthy way where I'm denying myself eating the things that I enjoy. I did it to help me with portion control because I have no self-control. And you did it to lose weight? So did I. I'm down 160 pounds in a year and a half. From my surgery, I'm down 120 pounds in 7 months. So it works for me. Not saying it doesn't work for you. Not saying that I'm the right way or you're the wrong way. But don't tell me I'm the wrong way. Because it's working. For me. So we need to find healthy ways to cope with our lack of being able to stuff our faces. It's not easy. It's definitely not an easy thing. But it can be done rather easily if we look at what's healthy in life and try to cope with our feelings. And feelings suck, right? Nobody likes feelings. I think if we could all be robots, we would. You might lie and say, oh, I like feelings. Who likes being sad? No one. We like being happy. I don't know if we like being manic or not, which is like the extreme of being happy. So that's that. We got about 4 more minutes of these roasted vegetables. I just checked on them again because they smell amazing. The skins are getting blistered perfectly. And then we're going to throw it into the food processor, pulse it, add some lime, cilantro, water, salt, and just pulse the hell out of it until it's done. What are you addicted to? Don't lie and say nothing. Everybody has an addiction. Everybody has some form of addiction. I'm addicted to nicotine. I'm addicted to coffee. I'm addicted to attention? Could that be? Could that be a thing? Probably. I mean, all YouTubers, all people who put videos on YouTube are addicted to attention to some degree. They want people to watch their videos and to comment and everything, compared to, like, I listen to what my daughter, I mean, those idiots that my daughter listens to are, like, doing crazy-ass voices because, it can't be because they enjoy listening to their voices and those annoying things as they play video games. It has to be because people enjoy it and they get people to view it. And then they get... I'm not doing this for money. I don't get money. I have 25 subscribers. I do this because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking to the camera. I enjoy cooking, and I feel that my cooking can help people. And that's another addiction that I think I'm addicted to. I'm addicted to helping people. I've always in my life sought out the people that needed help and tried to help them to an unhealthy degree. And that's a problem. Because by focusing on people who need help, I'm not focusing on me, who also needs help. And then when I realize it, I back away, and then I end up hurting them more. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I do that. To anybody I've done that to, if you've watched this video, I apologize. Because that sucks. And I'm really sorry. But anyway. Let's take out this... Let's take out these vegetables because they're definitely blistered to an amazing degree right now. My garlic was starting to burn a little, but I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, they're nicely blistered. They got tomatillo juice all over them. And we're going to throw these in the food processor right now. I'm kind of excited because this is the first time I'm doing this that I've had a food processor. The last time I did, I had to use my emulsion blender because I didn't have a food processor. But my mother recently bought... My mother is a shopaholic, and she buys things that she's never going to use. But luckily for me, that means she gives them to me. She's not a cook, as I've said before. She's a kind of an awful cook. Despite being an amazing human being, she is not a good cook. And... I don't know why she buys kitchen gadgets. I don't know if she thinks it's going to make her a better cook. But the tool does not the cook make. So we're going to take all of these roasted vegetables, which are pretty soft now, and we're going to throw them all into the food processor. We're going to take a lime. And we're going to take a lime, and we're going to cut this lime in half. And we're going to squeeze lime juice in there. Now, depending on how juicy it is how much lime juice you're going to want. This one is a really juicy lime, which is really nice. So we might even just use half. We can taste and adjust after the fact. We're going to take... That was a lot of juice. That was nice. It's going to enhance the tanginess of the tomatillo a lot. And then we're going to take a little salt. Probably about a tablespoon of salt. We're going to throw that in there. I'm also going to take one of my spice blends to add a little bit of extraness to it. Let's throw in a little bit of the Penzi 4S, the seasoning salt that they're famous for. That'll add a little bit more flavor. And we're going to throw a little bit of water in there just to thin it out a little bit. Probably about a quarter cup. I'm just going to, this is the container I'm actually going to put it in after the fact. So yeah, about 1, 2, 3. It's about 3 tablespoons of water. Put the top on. Lock it into place. Plug the bad boy in. And this might get loud. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to take some cilantro. Now, cilantro is an herb that I should be growing, but I haven't grown in a while, so I had to buy some stems of cilantro. We're going to do about 7 stems, and we want it to actually be this soft, because we're going to throw the whole stem in as well. So let's do, yeah, about that much. A lot of people don't like cilantro. I've heard cilantro is one of those things that some people are mentally predisposed to not enjoy. I only like it in certain foods. I hate Indian food. That's the one cuisine that I don't like at all. So I can't stand it in that, obviously. I'm just tearing it up a little bit to help the food processor along. There we go. Close it up. Do some more pulsing. And that's it. Now let's taste it. Smells amazing. Smells kind of garlicky, which might be concerning that I did a little bit too much garlic. I don't have a spoon, so we'll just use one of these spoons. Use the quarter spoon. Oh, it's stunning. It does have heat. It does have a tanginess to it. The garlic is there. The onion brings out just a little bit of flavor. Oh, that's, I want to try a little bit more. But there's the tang from both the lime juice and the tomatillo work perfectly together. It's great. So that's what I'm making today. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like. Please do all that kind of fun, happy horse shit. We'll go to the Facebook page. Go to the Instagram. Go to all that. Thank you very much. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.